Coming out of turns 3 and 4. Chad White on the bottom. William Duff on the top. Checkered flag in the air. Who's going to win? It's William Duff. No, look out. He just junked it. Look out. Oh, my God. World's #1 streaming service. Hutchinson Motorsports TV. On the call tonight. On your feet. Off your seats. It's about to go green. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here tonight on the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Tonight, we're kicking off the Chase playoff action here with the HMS TV Cup Series at Kansas. In the booth with me tonight, temporarily anyways for now, Jesse Becker. Jesse, you ready to get this thing going here?
Yeah, it's going to be a blast. I'm race controlling tonight, and I'm also on daddy duty, as you may or may not hear. So I'm not going to be giving a whole ton of normal chatter like I did last week. But if somebody junks somebody, you know, I might give Blake some input here or there. We'll see.
All right, well, we'll look forward to it. We're going down trackside. We got some cars on track, and for the first time of the season, nobody's getting sent home, thankfully. You know, good to see all these drivers able to make the show. We are right under about 40 drivers. I'd say we're mid-30s, Jesse. Is that right?
I think the lucky number is 38, unless anybody's joined super late.
All right, 38. So everybody's safe here making the race, so that's some good news. But on the track right now, Terry Vincent in the 3rd spot. Good run for that #5 machine of Vincent as his run is over. Jared Skinner top of the board for now. But ladies and gentlemen, the race sponsor for the evening, Douglas Ivy with the Ivy Designs 200 here tonight. Good looking car per usual for Ivy Designs in this 51 machine from Laurinburg, North Carolina. Another car to watch here tonight, folks. Making his 2nd race of the season with the HMS TV Cup Series. Filling in for the 98 machine, Sebastian Marin. You may know him from the Coke Series. He's a very serious driver. He's probably the heavy favorite heading into tonight. This is, from what I've heard, one of his best tracks on the service. So tough news for a lot of these drivers. They're going to be racing against a professional here tonight. Filling in the 26 machine tonight. He was in the 25 last race. Well, tonight switching over for HMS TV, Johnny Dressler filling in that 26 machine, probably for the remainder of the season. We'll just have to wait and see how this plays out here. So Johnny was looking pretty quick in practice. We'll see if that can translate on over here. As we look at the board, Sebastian Marin top of the board. No shock there. Jonathan Evans 2nd. Josh Adams 3rd. You got Chris Otto 4th. And Dressler sneaking into the top 3 there with that last lap. In the number 20 machine tonight for Powerhouse Racing, it's Forrest Smith from Charleston, Arkansas. You thought it was a nice Charleston, folks. It's not. It's Charleston, Arkansas. Right now, sitting 27th. He needs to find some speed for sure. But it looks like qualifying has ended, folks. It is in the books, tonight's race. The Ivy Designs 200. Appreciate you boys joining us, boys and girls joining us here tonight. Going to be a fun one here. We got some playoff action on the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. We're going to do a quick warm-up session, confirm everything's good to go, and we'll be right back to get things going here tonight, folks. Appreciate you tuning in. Click that like button, subscribe to the channel. Final practice session for these drivers. Just going to be a few minutes. We'll be right back. We are back here at Kansas. Looks like our final practice session is wrapping up here in the next couple minutes. So it's going to be a fun one here tonight, and I believe I've got some playoff standings ready for you guys to check out here. So give me a moment. Let me get them lined up and ready to roll on your screen. Again, today is the playoff opener here at Kansas. Going to be a fun one, folks. Take a look. Heading into tonight, the playoff chase standings. The 25 car, your points leader, but the points reset puts everybody in the running here. You got the 06 in second, followed by Powerhouse Racing, the 02, the 6 Machine, the 97, 71, 33, 1, 98, and 53 rounding out the standings. So top 10 made the playoffs, and it's a 5-race chase to the championship here tonight. So definitely keep an eye out here tonight. We're going to try to follow that points for you here all playoffs long. And we're ready to get things going here in just a moment with the HMS TV Cup Series. Looking at Austin Oliver in that beautiful number 16 machine, ripping some laps around here. See if Austin Oliver can put together a good run here tonight. But it looks like we are wrapping up practice right now, and then it's going to be my favorite time of the night, folks. That's right, grid time with the HMS TV Cup Series. 38 cars, according to my numbers, signed in. I'll have to confirm that here in a moment. But we're going to find out when we go through the grid here. Everybody making it here tonight in the Ivy Designs 200. We'll get you more information on Ivy Designs here shortly. But, folks, if you're wanting to sponsor or partner with HMS TV, we are open here, folks. So shoot us a message. Check out the website. Hit me up on Discord. We're looking for long-term partners here on the channel. You want to be a part of all the fun stuff we've got going on here with the HMS TV Cup Series. But, folks, warm-up is over, and it's time that we get gridded up here tonight. As I find one of these banger tunes here on the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV, we want to make sure all our fans know we appreciate you tuning in, folks. And it's time to get started here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time on the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. We are at Kansas, ready for the playoffs. The chase starts now. Tonight's starting lineup is as follows. On the front row, starting in the pole position from the Coca-Cola iRacing Series, Sebastian Marin in the 98 on his outside. The 33, Jonathan Evans. Row number 2 on the inside, going to be the 26 machine, Johnny Dressler on his outside. The 22, Josh Adams. Row number 3 on the inside in the number 11 from Tier 1 Racing, Chris Otto on his outside. His teammate, the 1, Jaden Hopp. Row number 4 on the inside in the number 25 machine, Hutchinson Motorsports TV's own Maverick Davis on his outside. The 8, Jared Skinner. Row number 5 on the inside, making his debut here with the HMS TV Cup Series. He's in a playoff ride. It's the 02, Jacob Brower on his outside. The 97 of Cam Ingram. Row number 6 on the inside, the 51 Ivy Designs machine. Today's race sponsor, Douglas Ivy on his outside. The 5 from BAC Racing, Terry Vincent. Row number 7 on the inside, the 28, Chad White repping a new paint scheme on his outside. The 54, Brian Burchett. Row number 8 on the inside, the 18, Ben Pierce on his outside. The 48, Brian Bozick. Row number 9 on the inside, the 0, Steve Tucker on his outside. The 14, Philip Chavez. Heading back into row number 10 on the inside, making his HMS TV debut here tonight, Logan Festchishin in the 27 on his outside. Playoff driver in the 53, last week's winner, Brian Samara. Row number 11 on the inside, the 06 Nick Happyack on his outside, the 85 Davis Scheidley. Row number 12 on the inside, the 40 machine Dylan Rosenberg on his outside, the 63 of Aaron Poplin. Row 13 on the inside, the 87 Isaiah Adam Bomb Adams on his outside, the 3 Hunter Haskell. Row number 14 on the inside, it's the number 24 Smith on his outside, the 2 Brian Cook. Row 15 on the inside, the 17 Tristan Laddiser on his outside, the 93 JT Tinker. Row number 16 is going to be Darrell Young Jr., Austin Oliver. Going back into row number 17, Daniel Molinari, Jamin Bernhardt. Then we have Alan Dobbs, Chris Essery. Jesse Becker is not going to make it out tonight. And folks, that is your starting lineup here tonight. Fields bunched up, ready to roll. We just gave them the 1 to green sign. Next time around, we're dropping the hammer and we're going green here on HMS TV for the HMS TV Cup Series playoff opener. Front row, it's going to be Sebastian Marin on the inside. On the outside, Jonathan Evans. Evans has had a good season all year long. Let's see if he can get it done and park it in victory lane. Going to be 40 laps to the finish here for stage number 1. And folks, tonight's race, the Ivy Designs 200. Look fast, drive fast. That's the motto. Ivy Designs has been creating top-tier graphics since 2008. From custom logos to the sharpest iRacing paint schemes on the grid, they are the go-to for sim racers who want to stand out. Level up your livery with Ivy Designs today at Ivy Designs on X and Douglas Ivy on Facebook. Appreciate Douglas Ivy hopping on to sponsor tonight's race here in Kansas. We are racked up and ready to roll. Field is set. Pace truck is heading in. We're about to drop the hammer and go green here at Kansas. In the flag stand with Bernie, green flag in the air. The chase is underway on HMS TV. On board your race leader, Sebastian Marin, side by side with the 33 of Evans as we are clean and green onto the backstretch. Oh, look out, we got one sideways, a 97 involved and others as well. Caution is out. That didn't take long. First caution of the playoffs. We're going to have some unhappy drivers here, folks. Let's try to find out where all this developed here. Looked like the 97 was involved here to start things off. Let me try to find him here. That's Cam Ingram. Here we go, folks. Take a look. Off the corner, Ingram just loses it, hits Chad White, and then we got many others involved as well. So Cam Ingram's going to have some damage in that 97 machine, unfortunately. Let's see who else is involved. Looks like Brian Cook involved in the 2 machine. On board here, Brian Cook sees the wreck, tries to check up, nowhere to go, and here you have it. Into the wall, and he hooks the 3 there. Nothing for Brian Cook to do. So, caution number 1 is out, folks. Unfortunately for these drivers, let's check out the radio. We got the radio replay stuff coming through. Try to find out if we have any drivers unhappy. We have plenty of drivers unhappy, actually, but really no good clips here for me to play. So, yeah, really nothing to play for you, folks. Not really seeing anything jumping out, but unfortunately, just a tough racing deal. Involved in that wreck, I'm seeing Brian Cook, Aaron Poplin, Hunter Haskell, Jamin Bernhardt, Brian Burchett, and then the 97 of Cam Ingram. So Ingram's in the playoffs, and that's unfortunate for him. So Chad White's going to head down pit road, and basically everybody else in the back. So it seems like 20th on back headed down pit road. Oh, Sebastian Marin, your race leader. We got a long race. Well, not that long. 200 miles around here. It's 133 laps here at Kansas. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Looking at the cars out on the track still. Most of our race leaders avoided incident there, but I'll tell you one who did make it through at least. Today's race sponsor, Douglas Ivy. We talked about Ivy Designs, and look at this beautiful car that the 51 machine of Douglas Ivy hooked up for himself here tonight at Kansas. That is a beautiful car, folks. And if you're looking for a paint scheme, hit them up. Today's race sponsor, Douglas Ivy. Fair prices, good-looking schemes. Currently in the 9th position. So we're going to rack them up here, get things loaded up, and go back green soon. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Like I said, be sure to click that like button for us. Subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff, folks. You know the drill. Really helps us out here, folks. But we are not going to break here. This caution-free break brought to you by HMS TV Cinematography, folks. You're sick of your good-looking paint scheme looking like junk because you're taking them in 720p? Well, get with Hutchinson Motorsports TV Cinematography. We have 8K shots edited with Photoshop. We make them pop, folks. Best work in the business. Trust me. Just trust me. Nonetheless, let's check out our chat, see what's going on. We got Connor Gerard out there. Stained Pink chatting it up, and then we have Michael Feshishin pulling for Logan Feshishin out there. Good to see you, Michael, and I see you're a member for HMS TV with that green name. Appreciate you becoming a member. I believe it's only $3.99, folks. We have another option for $7.99 as well. There might be a third one as well. I don't know, honestly. But we appreciate everybody supporting us, whether you're watching, you're subscribing, or you're a member. But nonetheless, folks, we are racked up and ready to roll. Pace truck is in. It's going to be Sebastian Marin on the inside. Jonathan Evans on the outside. Green flag in the air. Now, I was talking with some drivers earlier, folks, and this setup is a little bit tight out here with this weather condition, so we may see some wrecks here tonight, unfortunately. But, hey, we're going to get through it here tonight as Sebastian Marin is out front. But we got a side-by-side battle for the 8th position. That's the 8 machine of Jared Skinner holding the top line, trying to stay in front of the 51 of Douglas Ivy. Going back, got another battles door to door. That's Logan Feshishin in the 14th position, trying to make a move with that 40 machine underneath him. Let's hop on board with Logan Feshishin making his debut here in the HMS TV Cup Series tonight. We're on board with the 27 machine. Oh, they're junking it. Look out. Feshishin goes down to the bottom and avoids the wreck. Caution is out. The 85's junk. And we got others involved as well. Josh Adams involved. Oh, this might be a tough race here tonight. This setup is not being very friendly. And the 25 gets loose on Maverick Davis, and he right hooks Josh Adams into the wall, and Terry Vincent smokes him as well. Boy, look at that. That is unfortunate there. See this one more time, folks. See, the 25 gets loose, and he just flat out right hooks the 22. That's fully on Maverick Davis there. Loses it coming out of the corner, and unfortunately, a big pileup pursues. Josh Adams is junk here tonight. Hunter Haskell almost smokes him there, but folks, caution number 2 here pretty quickly happened, so we're going to get things back racked up and loaded. We're only on lap number 7, and again, folks, this setup, it's the iRacing setup, but it's not very friendly here tonight. Checking out the chat here, and here come your race leaders down pit road. Sebastian Marin with Jonathan Evans, Jacob Brower, Ivy Hop, and everybody else heading down pit road here, folks. So all kinds of cars down pit road. Looks like Chris Otto going to stay out, and Johnny Dressler both staying out here trying to get some track position. In the chat, Brantley Roden from Harpoon Designs with a $5 super chat. Appreciate you, Brantley. Pulling double duty here tonight. Jesse's filling in for Christian for race control. And I'm pulling double duty, so I missed that super chat, but we certainly appreciate it. We got Connor Gerard out there. Michael Feshishin says Logan's going to be the hard charger tonight. We'll find out, Michael. Logan had a little bit of speed in practice earlier. He's filling in this number 27 machine. Coming out of the pits here in the 16th position. So most of those guys, they go down pit road and top off on fuel. That's going to get them to the end of the stage. So good news there for those, but again, it looked like the top 4 going to stay out there. Not pitting here in the top 4. So Sebastian Marin going to restart 5th. We're going to take just a short break, folks. Take a look. Larry McReynolds wants to tell you something. Go ahead, Larry.
Hi, I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchinson Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
Todd Gilliland here. You're tuned into the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Make sure to like, subscribe, and join the Discord channel so you never miss a moment of the action. Did America's crew chief already tell you that?
Hopefully it gets a little better.
We are back here at Kansas. 2 cautions in the books, folks. Again, mentioned earlier, set up a little bit tight here. Let's pull up your information here on the night, folks. Got some race info to pull up for you. Take a look on your screen. Right there it is. We're here at Kansas, about to go green. Track temp 115 degrees. A little warm out there. You got 4 tire sets, fixed setup. It's a horrible one. And in the booth tonight, it's Blake Hutchinson, Jesse Becker kind of here. Not really, though. But nonetheless, folks, appreciate everybody tuning in here. World's #1 streaming service, HMS TV Cup Series, right here at Kansas. Chris Otto going to inherit the race lead, though, with Johnny Dressler on his outside. About to drop the hammer and go green. Pace car is in, field is set. Green flag in the air, and the green goes early there. Not sure what happened, but you saw the green flag waving before the pace car headed in. Johnny Dressler went when the flag was waving there. So that's unfortunate. I don't know why iRacing messed that one up, but we saw it on our screen, folks. When our tower goes green, that's when iRacing throws the green. So an early green flag for some reason. So we are clean and green here. Lap number 10 out of 40. We're just lucky nobody wadded it up there on that start, folks, because that could have been deadly with some of these guys punching it in the back. But Johnny Dressler takes over the top spot. You got Otto second. And how about this? It's a miracle. Darrell Young Jr. running in the top 3. He's got Sebastian Marin on his back bumper in that Harpoon designed racing number 71 machine. Darrell Young Jr., let's hop on board. Clean and green here as Logan Festchishin going 3 wide. Look out. Things are getting crazy back here in the middle of the pack. Logan Festchishin sitting in the 13th position, holding on the bottom line. You got the 20 machine right above him. But right now, Chris Otto is putting down some heaters. Fastest lap of the session just turned by the 11 of Chris Otto. Let's hop on board. Otto is on the move. Dressler had the good start, but Chris Otto has the speed. Looks to the outside. Dressler closes the door. Otto to the inside. Door to door, heading into turn number 1 here at Kansas for the race lead. Otto's got the line. He's going to throw the slide job. New race leader, Chris Otto from Robinson, Illinois. Good pass there from Chris Otto after Dressler closes the door on him. Otto makes a move, and Dressler looks down to the inside. And here comes Sebastian Marin in the 3rd position. Three-car battle for the race lead, and Darrell Young Jr. right there with them in 4th as they are side by side for the top spot. Dressler on the inside, Otto on the outside. Who's going to take over the race lead? That's Sebastian Marin licking his chops, waiting to make a move for the top spot. Down to the apron goes Marin. 3-wide battle for the race lead. Heading into turn 1. It's Otto on the top, Marin on the bottom, Dressler on the inside. Sebastian Marin from 3rd to 1st out front. On board with your race leader, Sebastian Marin from Guaynabo, Puerto Rico out front. He won his first HMS TV Cup Series earlier in the season. Can he do it again as Davis Shively gets a black flag for cheating? Let's pull up your HMS TV hard chargers. Daryl Young Jr. currently your hard charger, started in the back on an alternate pit strategy, up 27 positions. You got JT Tinker up to 15th, up 15 spots, and you got Austin Oliver, Forrest Smith, and Jamin Bernhardt rounding out your hard charger board here tonight. But it's Marin out front, Dressler second with Otto in third. Let's drop back in the field, see what the battles are looking like here for the 17th and 16th positions. On board with Austin Oliver out of Winter Haven, Florida. Last night he was racing in the Average Joe Sim Racing League here on HMS TV, and man, he took a hard hit at Talladega. I thought he was dead, folks, not gonna lie, but he's able to make it out here tonight. Currently running 17th. And ladies and gentlemen, we've got a Canadian in the field here, Tristan Ladisser in the 17th position as the 12 tries to junk him. Look out, Tristan Ladisser, all the way from Alexandria, Ontario, Canada. Currently running 20th here. That 12 machine of Bernhardt looking to maybe turn him. A little bit loose off the corner there, but we are still clean and green here at Kansas. Drop back to the 23rd position. Chris Essery in this number 4 machine. Let's hop on board from Bakersfield, California, and we got one smoking into the wall off pace. Caution is out. Not sure who that one was, folks. Looks like Chris Otto involved in that incident. Let's try to find this replay, folks. See if he got some help. Let's rewind this a little bit more. All right, so here it is, folks. Stop it right there. So here we go. Let's go up to the blimp. Chris Otto goes to the inside, comes up the track. Then you got the 26 of Dressler there right on his quarter panel. Going into the corner, looks like the 11 of Otto just loses it. Oh, and the 33 of Evans gets into him as well. So looks like a 2-car incident there briefly. And Alan Dobbs with a meatball flag, so not sure what happened there. Alan Dobbs, he's junk. Looks like Chris Otto going to claim that caution, folks. So unfortunately, Otto was up front. Well, he's going to have to go to the rear of the field. We're in lap number 20. We're halfway done with stage number 1. We're going to take a quick break, folks. We'll be right back. Don't you go anywhere. Click that like button. Subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in just a moment. We are back here at Kansas Fields, lined up and ready to roll. It's Sebastian Marin on the inside, Johnny Dressler on the outside. We are not going green this time. We're going to delay it here another lap, folks. Making sure we get things right here. We don't want another mix-up here. We had an early green last time, so we're going to get things racked up, ready to roll. We're on lap number 23 this time around. It's going to be lap 40 is going to be the end of stage number 1.
Yeah, I just want to butt in real quick as race control because I just want to explain what's going on a little bit, and that is I have no clue what's going on. We think that there was a legitimate bug that caused the green to fly early last time. So, we still had people coming out of turn 2 and the field's going into, turn 4 to get ready to go. So we just had to extend that one so people could get caught up to the field there.
Yeah, well, that's good to know. Yeah, we definitely noticed the green flag came out early. We saw it pop up on the score tower, but hey, at least nobody got wrecked out because of it. Hopefully it doesn't happen again, but field's racked up, ready to get back going green this time right here. It's going to be Marin on the inside, Dressler on the outside. As they head down the backstretch. 38 cars actually signed in here tonight. So good turnout per usual with the HMS TV Cup Series. This was the first race where people didn't have to qualify in. So good to see all our drivers able to make it, be locked in for showing up. Always good that drivers showing up can make the show. We don't want to send anybody home, but sometimes you got to. But the field's racked up, ready to roll. Pace truck is in. It's going to be Marin on the inside. Dressler on the outside into the juicy Spider restart zone. Green flag back in the air here at Kansas. Hopping on board your race leader, Sebastian Marin. He's got enough fuel to get him to the end of the stage. I'm not sure I can say that, though, for the second and third place cars of Young and Dressler. We're going to find out how this thing goes as we have a side-by-side battle for the second position as Dressler's going to hold on for now. On board with Johnny Dressler in the second spot. You got Darrell Young Jr., Jaden Hopp, and then in the fifth spot, Jacob Brower making his debut with the HMS TV Cup Series. Good run so far for Jacob. He's going to try the top line out here, ripping the fence here at Kansas. Driving for Powerhouse Racing, Jacob Brower into the top 5. Has to feel pretty good as we hop on board on the HMS TV nose cam. Rusty Rafferty in the chat says, Christian is a phenomenal race control. Well, that's a nice compliment, Rusty. We appreciate that. Unfortunately, Christian missing his first race of the season tonight, had some other obligations. Jesse Becker filling in, and that's probably why we're having all the scoring issues. I think it's Jesse's fault. Hopping on board here, your race leader, Sebastian Marin out front, trying to hold off Johnny Dressler. And I tell you what, if he wasn't a favorite early on, he's got to be a huge favorite now. Sebastian Marin, he might have this one. I'm not going to say he's got it wrapped up, but he's going to be tough to beat. Currently in the 9th position, Logan Festchishin in the top 10. Good run for Logan out of Kannapolis, North Carolina. Logan comes from New York, moved over there to Kannapolis. Good to have him out here tonight in that number 27 machine. Big Buffalo Sabres fan. I think he's a bandwagoner fan, though. Don't you think, Michael Festchishin? He's a bandwagoner fan, not a real Buffalo Sabres fan at all. He just started liking them when they were good. And we got a 3-wide battle up here. Look out. Oh, no. Dressler gets turned. What a save for Dressler. He's going to lose some spots, but it could have been a lot worse as Johnny Dressler off pace down the backstretch. Going to fall all the way back to the 9th position. Wow, I don't know how he saved that car, but great job from our former second place car of Johnny Dressler. Out front here, Jaden Hopp finds himself up to 4th here, looking pretty good early on in that Tier 1 setup shop number 1 machine. Jaden Hopp, let's hop on board in the 4th place position. Clean and green out front, closest battle on the track right now. I'm looking, looks to be right here. For the 13th position, that's Jonathan W. Evans trying to make some moves, currently in 14th, looking underneath the 79 machine. That's Josh Gagnon in the 79 car. And boy, what a run. Cam Ingram found himself in an incident earlier on. Well, he's worked himself all the way back up to 12th out of Houston, Texas. Going back up front, it's still Sebastian Marin, your race leader. He is the man to beat here tonight. Let's check out that HMS TV deck lid cam. Going to be 9 laps left to go here in stage number 1 out of Guaynabo, Puerto Rico. Sebastian Marin, he's basically led this whole race. Go back here, Douglas Ivey in the 7th position. Good run for Ivey so far, sitting in the top 10. Let's check out our HMS TV hard charger board. Still Darrell Young Jr., but I wonder if Darrell's got enough gas in the tank to make it to the end of the stage. If Brantley Roden's still tuned in, we know he's spotting for Darrell. He could let us know. Brantley, do you guys have enough fuel, or are you guys going to be a little bit short? I'm sure he'll relay the message here shortly if you keep an eye on the chat books here for us. Good battle, though, right here, as we got another battle back in the 18th position. They're going 3 wide out of Whitesburg, Kentucky. It's Isaiah Adam Bomb Adams. Hopping on board as you got the 20 machine in front of him. That's Forrest Smith. We saw Forrest blink a time or two there, but he looks like he's figured out the connection problem. So Forrest Smith's got it figured out here as we have a great battle back in the middle of the pack. In the chat, Brantley Roden says it's too close to call for Darrell's fuel. So I don't know, folks. That's a little scary. Darrell is in the playoffs. He would love these stage points, but you don't want to run out of fuel, because even if you make it to the end of the stage, you still got to have enough fuel to find your way around another time or two and go down pit road. And Darrell Young Jr. loses it off the corner. Oh, no. Darrell must have been watching the broadcast, and he goes all the way down to the apron. Oh, my. What a choke job there. Darrell Young Jr. from 2nd all the way back to 11th. Well, there goes his chance at stage points. He better hope he can make it on fuel at this point. He better just save some fuel to get to the end of this stage. Jaden Hopp finds himself in the 2nd position. 3rd, you have Jacob Brower and Jared Skinner right there on his back bumper in the 4th position. Good-looking Bubba Myers Custom Designs number 8 machine for Jared Skinner. Let's take the juicy Spider drone cam down for a quick flyby as we are still clean and green here at Kansas. 4 laps left to go in stage number 1. What a good-looking car here. Made by Bubba Myers. Jared Skinner running great here tonight out of Peoria, Illinois. Meanwhile, got a battle right here. 8th position, Logan Feshishin trying to find a way around that 51 machine of Douglas Ivey. Good run for Logan. He just needs to stay patient, though. You don't want to wreck it here. We know Logan's got some speed, but it's all about consistency here in the HMS TV Cup Series. Just needs to pace himself, get to the finish here, currently in the 8th position. In the chat, Rusty Rafferty says, check that man for a DUI. He's talking about Darrell Young Jr. I think you got a point, Rusty. And oh no, folks, we have our answer. Darrell Young Jr. down pit road. Almost overshoots it. Hopefully he doesn't get a black flag. I think he does. I don't know, folks. We'll have to wait and see how that all plays out. Darrell Young Jr., not a good pit entry. He's going to have to pit, and he's probably going to fall a lap down. Dropping back, Nick Hapiak currently sitting in the 9th position, right in front of that 33 machine of Evans. Evans involved in an incident earlier, able to work himself back into the top 10. It's the last lap around for stage number 1, this time by. Evans looks to the inside, trying to get around Hapiak in what's going to be a battle for the 10th position. But down the backstretch with almost a second lead, Sebastian Marin. Final time around for stage number 1. Coming out of turn 4. Great run for him here so far as we hop on board. Sebastian Marin, your stage 1 winner. Going to be Jaden Hopp second, Jacob Brower third. Then we have Skinner, Dressler, Rosenberg, Ivy, Festitian, Evans, and Hapiak rounding out your top 10 here in stage number 1. Folks, we're going to gather things up here, take a quick break, and when we get back, maybe we can talk with our stage 1 winner, Sebastian Marin. Not sure if he's available or not, but we're going to take a quick break, folks. We will be right back. Don't you go anywhere. Click that like button for us. See you in a moment. We are back here at Kansas. Sebastian Marin, your stage 1 winner. Let's see if he's available for an interview. Not sure. I haven't really had a chance to look. I got him right here, folks. Let's pull him in here real fast. Sebastian, Blake up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Hey, a great run there. You basically dominated stage 1. You take home the win, and you get that 98 machine. 10 stage points. Has to feel pretty good here at Kansas.
Yeah, it feels pretty good. Obviously, forgot how the fuel tanks are a little shorter than conventional, so kind of had to remind myself that I had to pit at a certain different time. Luckily, got some of those yellows right there where we could pit and make it to the end of the stage. So yeah, got some solid points. Hopefully we can just keep the lead here because clean air is so important. And yeah.
Absolutely. Well, hey, great job here. I'm going to try to send you down to your team here. Best of luck for the rest of this one, Sebastian.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
I will get you down there in one moment. All right, we are clean and green. Sorry, having some issues here with some channels on Discord, but we are good to go. Sebastian Marin with a great jump. We're going to have a lot of black clears here as iRacing scoring is not helping us out here tonight. It's been pretty rough, but we are good as Sebastian Marin, winner of stage 1. He's still your race leader as he tries to hold off the 02 machine of Jacob Brower. We got some battles right here for about the 8th position on to about 13th as they are door to door. You got Ben Pierce in the 18 machine tonight trying to work around the 87. Three wide battle for the 10th spot as Ben Pierce clears them. He's going to watch him go 3 wide down the backstretch. Oh, they're junking it in the back here. We're still green for now. We got one backwards, though. Caution is out. Not sure what happened there. Oh, Daryl Young Jr. involved. Oh, no. Let's try to see this replay. Daryl Young Jr. gets jumped. Here it is. Okay, well, I don't think Daryl was happy with the 26 machine down the straightaway. Let's give Daryl the benefit of the doubt here. Watch this again. Let's go to the end car here with Daryl Young Jr. Looks like some tempers might have flared. Here we go. Daryl's turning right. Turning right. Turning right. Hang on here, folks. You know what? Let's take this off. Let's see this one more time for you, folks. All right, so let's rewind this. You guys let us know what you think. It looks like that 71 goes right quite a bit. Here it is, folks. One more time. I know he's not happy with Dressler here, but down the straightaway. That's a lot of right turns there. I don't know, folks. You guys be the judge. I'm not gonna claim anything. We're gonna show this one more time from the HMS TV chopper cam. A lot of door banging down the straightaway. Yeah, I don't know, folks. Oh, the 11 just smokes the wall there for some reason. So Daryl Young Jr. involved in that one. You be the judge. Let us know who's at fault. The pace car is out, folks. Caution number 5 on the night. This one's been a rough one. We kind of knew it was going to be tough with this tight setup, but we got some tempers flaring as well down on the track. We're going to go HMS TV side by side. We'll be right back.
I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchinson Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
We are back here at Kansas. Next time around, we're going to be dropping the hammer and going green. So caution number 5 is out there. Looked like Daryl Young Jr. going to claim that one. We've all been there, folks. But we're racked up, ready to get things going. Appreciate you tuning in. Be sure to click that like button for us. Subscribe to the channel. It might be a long race here tonight. We're going to have a lot more cautions, folks. So 5th caution of the night here. Ivy Designs 200. Check them out. Ivy Designs. That's Doug Ivy. You can hit him up on Discord. Find him on Facebook. Great paint schemes. All right, we're ready to get things going. It's going to be Sebastian Marin on the inside with Jacob Brower on the outside. We got Jaden Hopp, Jared Skinner, row 2. Row 3 is going to be Logan Fish-Shishin, Jonathan Evans. And we got Douglas Ivy, Cam Ingram in row number 4. Good run tonight. Sebastian Marin has got to be considered the heavy favorite to bring this one home here for that 98 machine. But don't count out that 0-2 Jacob Brower. He's found some speed here as the pace truck is in. We are set, ready to roll here tonight at Kansas for the 5th time into the juicy Spider restart zone. Green flag back in the air. Oh, we got one junk in the back. 1-car incident, though. Just a 1-car incident. I think we're good. We're still green for now. Daryl Young Jr. involved in that one. Tough night for Daryl. That is unfortunate for that 71. Was out front early on. Ended up getting junked there for the 2nd time of the night. As we hop on board here with your race leader of Sebastian Marin. Good run for Sebastian Marin here. And let's see what happened on this restart. Looked like Philip Chavez and Daryl Young Jr. involved. So here's Daryl starting in the back. Green flag waves right here. And oh, Daryl just gets into him there, unfortunately. And then he stops. So that's unfortunate. Daryl Young Jr. Not a great race after a fantastic start to this one. As, looks like we got a battle for the race lead. Sebastian Marin out front, but here comes Jacob Brower. Side by side for the race lead. Jacob Brower to the outside. Can he clear Sebastian Marin as they go into turns 3 and 4 for the race lead? Brower out front for now, but Marin gets a run on the bottom line. Can Brower make it stick at the line? It's going to be Marin, your race leader, as they head into turn 1, door to door. Meanwhile, a 3-wide battle back a few spots. That's Logan Fish-Shishin up to the 4th spot. And we still got this battle for the race lead. They're 3 wide off the backstretch. Marin ripping the bottom. Brower liking the top. Sebastian Marin with the slide job back into the race lead. Caution is out there junking it out of turn 4. Dylan Rosenberg is junk. Let's see what happened here, folks. There's the 40 machine of Rosenberg. He just loses it. Almost saves it. And unfortunately caught the apron. Back up the track. And Brian Samara smokes him. Wow. Well, folks, this is certainly an interesting race. One might call it a shit show. I would be right there with you. But hey, folks, we're going to take a quick break. We're going HMS TV side by side. We're still the world's #1 streaming service. We'll be right back. We are back here at Kansas. Sebastian Marin, your race leader. You got Jacob Brower right there beside him. Brower's been putting up a good fight with Marin for this race lead. We're going to see what happens as the pace car is in. Field is set. On your feet, off your seats. Here at Kansas, green flag in the air. What a shot there as they head towards turn number 1. Sorry, I had something in my mouth there. But we are looking good here through the field. Nobody's wadded it up quite yet. We've got a door-to-door battle for the second position. That's Jacob Brower holding that top line. And Jaden Hopp sitting in third, looking to make a move for second. Great battles here out front. We're mostly single file, though, for now. But we got Jared Skinner looking to make a move to the inside. Currently, Skinner running 5th here tonight. Good run so far for this 8 machine as the 33 of Evans looks to the outside. Jonathan Evans going to make the pass. That moves Skinner into 5th. Still clean and green for now. 75 laps left to go here at Kansas. No more stage breaks. Jared Skinner rounding out your top 5. Meanwhile, Chad White has worked himself back up to 17th after being involved in an incident early on. Here he is, middle of the pack, 17th, and we have a door-to-door battle up front for the 4th spot. That's Jared Skinner looking to the inside of the 33 of Jonathan Evans. You got the 27 of Fez Chisholm behind these two. Good run tonight for him. All these guys out front doing a pretty good job here so far. Meanwhile, Nick Hapiak charging towards the front. Didn't have a good qualifying session. Well, he was out here making some moves, trying to get back up front. Hop on board with that 06 machine of Nick Hapiak stuck on the outside line. Now let's see if he can make it work. Going to finish the pass on that 20 machine. Takes over the 8th spot. But let's go back in the field a little bit here, see what's going on. Chad White looking to get around JT Tinker for the 16th spot. Now, folks, we know this setup, it's really tight. So as the run goes on, this car's going to get tough to drive here. Hopefully we don't see any more wrecks, but do not be surprised if we see some self-spins or guys get into one another. This is the iRacing setup we're using, but honestly, it kind of sucks. Meanwhile, Aaron Poplin out of Charlotte, North Carolina, currently in the 22nd position here. Looking to make some moves as we hop on board with Aaron Poplin. Taking it easy in the back here. Watching these guys making moves down the back stretch. Still Sebastian Marin, your race leader. $70 laps left to go here in the Ivy Designs 200. But folks, the Ivy Designs 200, today's race sponsor. Look fast, drive fast. That's the motto. Ivy Designs has been creating top-tier graphics since 2018. From custom logos to the sharpest iRacing paint schemes on the grid, they are the go-to for sim racers who want to stand out. Level up your livery with Ivy Designs today at Ivy Designs on X and Douglas Ivy on Facebook. Appreciate Doug popping in for the race sponsorship here tonight. Good run for him here tonight. He was worried if he'd even make the show. Well, Doug, you don't have to worry about that. He's sitting in the top 10 here, staying out of trouble with 69 laps left to go. Nice. Meanwhile, Sebastian Marin holds on to the race lead, a 0.3 of a second lead for Marin. First battle on the track is about right here. It looks like Forrest Smith trying to make some moves. Trying to hold off his car owner there of Ben Pierce in that 18 machine. Looks like Brian Samara just pit. leaving pit lane. So not sure if that's an alternate strategy, but it's going to be interesting how this all plays out as we pull up the HMS TV pit strategy board. These guys pit 23 laps ago. We know they can make it around 35 or so. So we'll keep an eye on that. Should be good to go for another at least, I don't know, 15 laps, I'd say. So 67, lap number 6-7, folks. We are halfway done. 6-7 here on HMS TV. Am I right, youngins? Somebody in the chat wants to let me know what that even means. That'd be great, because I still don't know. We got a good battle back here. That's Chad White and JT Tinker side by side for the 15th position. Chad White looking to clear him. Not going to happen. But, folks, let's look at this new paint scheme. Chad White repping the new HMS TV logo here. This is not an official logo, folks. It's an alternate logo. But good-looking car. Some, you know what? I put out this logo, and somebody said, Blake, did you steal that from the Patagonia brand? I said, what are you talking about? That looks nothing like it. So this is Hutchinson Motorsports TV. This is just a natural logo we created from scratch right here on this number 28 machine. Good-looking car for sure. As he's battling side by side with JT Tinker, one of the dirtiest drivers in the business. Heading out front, nothing's changed here. We're basically single file through essentially the whole field. First battle on the track is right here for the 18th position. That's Noah Ward looking to the inside of the 54 machine of Brian Burchett. Meanwhile, we got a little bit of a semi-breakaway pack, I'd call it, as the 33 of Evans looks to the inside of Jaden Hopp. Can Evans make the pass for third? Evans with a run here. He's going to get side by side. Thought he was going to maybe clear him there. Ended up getting a little bit tight off the corner. He's going to fall back into line into the 4th position. Jonathan Evans in the 33. Good run here so far, folks. After we had a lot of cautions early on, we are clean and green here on lap 71. And Jaden Hopp looking to the inside of the 02 machine. Hopp with a run off the corner. Slide job for the second spot. Jaden Hopp takes over second. That's going to move Brower to third. Evans right there beside him, going to make a pass for the 3rd position. So Brower goes from second to 4th. As Jared Skinner still sitting 5th. You got Logan Fesch-Chisholm 6th. Then you got Ivy, Happy X, Smith, and Essery rounding out your top 5. Connor Gerard in the chat letting us know some WWE SmackDown information. Folks, HMS TV Plus, we have all the info for your favorite sports, and we are adding WWE results to that criteria, folks. So Connor Gerard, he is our head WWE reporter, and as Jamin Bernhardt heads down pit road. Still clean and green here at Kansas. 60 laps left to go. Sebastian Marin has dominated most of this race. 65 laps led for Sebastian Marin. Next on the board has led 5 laps. So, I mean, the veteran coming in here and dominating this thing, Sebastian Marin from Guaynabo, Puerto Rico, is out front here tonight. Now, folks, time to bring up your HMS TV Biggest Loser board. This is my favorite board to look at, folks. We saw your hard chargers earlier. Well, now, time to see your biggest losers. Josh Adams down 22 positions. Started up front in 4th. Well, he's back in 26th now after being involved in some incidents. Johnny Dressler, the same outcome there for him. Down 21 positions into 24th. And then Maverick Davis down 18 positions into 25th. I tell you what, these HMS TV drivers are junk here tonight, except for Logan Fesch-Chisholm. Who would have thought it? Vestchishin still in the 6th position. Let's see if he can make those tires last the rest of this run. 58 laps remain here at Kansas. Just a matter of time before these boys head down pit road. As we're on board with our 6th place car, Vestchishin, the 06 of Happyack looking outside. Vestchishin closes the door on Happyack. Nick Happyack going to try to look to the inside now in that battle for 6th. Dropping back in the field. I mean, we're basically single file. Time to go to the blimp, folks. We got ChatGPT controlling the blimp. I only got the free version, folks. So if this thing crashes, it's not my fault. You can't sue us because AI did it. So Sebastian Marin, your race leader here. You got Jaden Hopp 2nd, Jonathan Evans 3rd, Jacob Brower 4th, and Jared Skinner rounding out your top 5 here tonight. Brower down pit road. He's the first one of the race leaders to jump down pit road. We're going to see if that jump starts this pit cycle out front. Michael Vestchishin asking, what's the score to the Yankees-Red Sox game? Michael, we only follow the sports everybody loves here at HMS TV, which include cricket, women's basketball, college baseball, and now WWE. And we also do some soccer updates occasionally, but not all the time. We appreciate you asking that nonetheless. But Douglas Ivey down pit road here, so he's going to pit. You got Cam Ingram behind him as well. So Sebastian Marin, still your race leader. When does our race leader of Marin want to head down pit road? You see him downshifting through the corners, certainly helping out. We got some smoke in front of your race leader. Sebastian Marin down pit road. New race leader Jaden Hopp takes it over as Marin gonna jump the pit cycle here an extra lap or 2 early on. Looks like Marin, Skinner, Vestchishin, Happyack all down pit road. So our top 8 have not pit. Everybody else has jumped down pit road here already. Number 4, Chris Essery going to head down pit road. Was running up front here. Jaden Hopp into pit road as well as Jonathan Evans. So JT Tinker going to take over the race lead. For the first time this season, I believe, JT Tinker, your race leader on the HMS TV Cup Series. Let's take the Juicy Spider drone cam out for a quick flyby for the 93 Voodoo Ranger on the car. Beautiful looking car here. JT Tinker representing June. June's a special month to JT. Special month for him. He is out front. Liquid Death, Voodoo Ranger, number 93, JT Tinker. What a shot there. We are still clean and green. Good to see some green flag stops. You know, if you would have asked me earlier on, Blake, are we going to get green flag stops? I would have said probably not. But, wow, these guys have figured it out. We've cleaned it up here. Looks like the track is coming to us, and these drivers have figured it out as we have Tristan Lattiser in 2nd, Aaron Poplin 3rd, Rosenberg 4th, and Brian Cook rounding out your top 5 as he heads down pit road here. Slide job! The 0-2 of Cook, hard to the wall! That is not how you enter the pits, Brian. Boy, Brian must have saw he was on the broadcast, jerked his head over, and then wham, hard into the wall. Locks him up, overshoots a stall. So, unfortunately, Brian Cook's jump. So JT Tinker, your race leader, gonna get, there goes the zero machine of Steve Tucker, gonna unlap himself here. Boy, you notice the tire fall off here, folks. You can really see it now. As the 1 gonna fly by our race leader to unlap himself. Now, you got these guys, they are not wasting any time with these fresh tires. Looking at the battle of the guys who have pit, folks. We have Sebastian Marin, of course. He is out front. Behind him, about 1.6 seconds, is going to be Jaden Hopp, who's right here. Currently, they're in the 7th and 8th positions, but they're going to cycle back out front here eventually. Steve Tucker into the third position, but unfortunately, Steve is not going to end up third because he last pit on lap 54, so he's going to have to pit soon, and he's going to door a guy as they are side by side here off the corner. JT Tinker still leading some laps out front. He's loving the TV time. He's going to stay out here until that thing's on empty, I think, folks. JT Tinker, still your race leader, but here comes Tristan Lattiser reeling them in quick. We've got Bubba Myers in the chat, chatting it up with Anna Alessandro, Connor Gerard, Michael Feschishin, all kinds of viewers tuned in here. We're looking at about 40 viewers logged in right now. Be sure to click that like button for us if you haven't. Maverick Davis down pit road. There goes Tristan Lattiser taking over the top spot. So that 17 machine out of Alexandria, Ontario, Canada, into the top spot. JT Tinker on to pit road, as well as some others. That's going to be Aaron Poplin second, and Dylan Rosenberg going to cycle into the third position. Looks like our pit cycle has about ended, as the rest of our race leaders probably going to head down any moment. Sebastian Marin going to cycle into that top spot once again. He's got about a 1.5 second gap on Jaden Hott, as Lattiser and Poplin both down pit road. Rosenberg going to stay out, and he's heading down pit road now. So there you have it. Officially, Sebastian Marin going to take over the top spot once again, which means we're going to go HMS TV side by side, take a short break, catch our breaths, grab yourself an ice cold beverage, folks. It's time for an HMS TV hydration break for all you World Cup fans. We'll be right back. We are back here at Kansas in your race leader. It's still Sebastian Marin out front, and Jaden Hopp has figured something out, folks. That race lead has dwindled down here to under a second. Hopp trying to get through some lap traffic. Hopping on board here with Jaden Hopp in second, trying to make some quick work out of these lappers, and he's going to do so, able to clear them. Now, folks, you know what? Under the break, I was feeling a little sleepy and whatnot, but you know what I did? I went and grabbed me my tub of Hustle Fuel, which I've been working on this thing for a couple months, and I still have like over half a tub left, and I have it like every day, so it lasts forever. But folks, you head on over to hustlefuelshop.com. Use HMS TV as your discount code. You get 20% off your order. It's honestly a steal. If you spend over $50, you also get free shipping, so I'd recommend buy yourself a couple tubs. It'll probably last you for a couple months, honestly. And I'd recommend the sour gummy flavor. It's probably my favorite. The fruit punch is pretty close. And then there's also this peach mango flavor, but it's not got caffeine in that one, but the others do. So whether you want caffeine or no caffeine, hustlefuelshop.com can hook you up, folks. Big, proud sponsor of the channel. Love their partnership. And folks, if you're looking to sponsor HMS TV, you want to become a partner, be sure to hit us up. We've got an opening or two. Good battle right here as Forrest Smith looking to get around here. The 97. Oh, checks up. That 26 is way off pace. Major damage on the 26 machine. Not sure what happened to Dressler. Keep an eye right here. These guys might junk it, folks. Johnny Dressler is way off pace. Has a lot of damage to the front end. Look at that front end. It is caved in like he hit a wall. Meanwhile, Sebastian Marin out front. 36 laps left to go. These guys are going to have to pit one more time. The question is, what do you do here? Do you try to short pit? Do you run this thing out and splash and go? I don't know. There was a lot of tire fall off at the end of that first or that last run. So it's going to be one thing to remember, as Jaden Hopp needs to try to figure out what he's going to do if he can win this thing on pit road. All it takes is one good decision and he can cycle out in the front. He's less than a second back here. So the question for Jaden Hopp is, do you want a short pit? You risk yourself going down a lap, or do you just run this thing out? See what happens. Meanwhile, Nick Hapiak up to the 6th position. Great run for Hapiak. Started all the way back in 21st. I tell you what, in qualifying, he looked like junk. I saw Nick Hapiak starting 21st, and I was like, Nick, what are you doing? Did you even qualify? Oh, he did. It was just junk. But I tell you what, as soon as that green flag flew, Hapiak took that thing and started charging towards the front, trying to sneak into the top 5 here as he's going to work on some more lap traffic here shortly. Good run tonight from Jonathan Evans in that 33 machine. We always see Jonathan in the top 5, it seems like. Has to be pretty happy in that number 33 machine tonight. He is in the playoffs. And speaking of playoffs, let's pull up your HMS TV point standings heading in tonight. After the points reset, the 25 car was on the top of the board. And these are your charter owner standings, folks. So that's why it says Blake Hutchinson. I own that charter. Juicy Spider owns the 06 machine. They came in second. Powerhouse Racing third. Then we got Hustle Fuel Performance and Brewer Motorsports. We're your top 5 heading into tonight, but that's going to shake up, folks. So we've had a lot of guys with some bad luck in the playoffs here tonight. David Lorenz in the chat. Appreciate you tuning in here, David. We're chilling here at Kansas, still clean and green. Sebastian Marin, your race leader, waiting on these race leaders to head down pit road. They're still good to go on fuel for a while, but we pull up the HMS TV pit strategy board. They got 22 laps under their belt. So if you want to cut this in half, you can make it about 5 more laps. So ideally, if you're just wanting to split this last stage in half, maybe pit around, 27 to go. But it's going to be interesting, you know. You could also try to just run this thing out and then do a splash and go at the end, or maybe 2 tires. There's a number of options available here in these guys' tool belt as Sebastian Marin holds on the top spot. We got a side-by-side battle for the 11th position. That's Isaiah Adam Bomb Adams out of Whitesburg, Kentucky, making the pass on the 51 of Douglas Ivy. Rusty Rafferty in the chat says the 6 missing tonight is big. I agree, Rusty. It's unfortunately Hustle Fuel Performance number 6 machine. They were going to have Dylan Alt race that car tonight from the Coke Series. Well, unfortunately, Dylan could not make it last minute, and they didn't have time for a driver swap. That's one of the unfortunate things here, folks, for going with a driver who's not 100% if they can make it or not. High risk, high reward for sure, and then tonight, it's not a high reward for that 6 machine. Meanwhile, Chad White has cycled himself up into the 12th position here. Good run for Chad, involved in an incident early on, trying to sneak into the top 10 here as we have been clean and green for the last, 50 laps or so. Connor Gerard in the chat. Connor, have you let us know our paint scheme of the night contenders? I haven't really had time to keep up with the chat. We've got all kinds of stuff going on here, but let me know your paint scheme of the night contenders here, Connor. And we'll be sure to show them off a little bit more. But right now it's still Marin out front, followed by Hop, Evans, Brower, and Skinner rounding out your top 5. Then we got Happyack, Fesch-Chisholm, Essery, Pierce, and Gagnon rounding out the top 10 here tonight. Connor Gerard's keeping up with those WWE SmackDown updates for HMS TV Plus subscribers. Free service here with HMS TV, folks. All you got to do is click that subscribe button on the channel. You're a member of HMS TV Plus. And you may ask, Blake, what's that entail? That entails you to the world's #1 streamer of sporting scores. Speaking of that, folks, I know everybody loves the cricket match updates, and we're going to go to check those out here, folks. Earlier today, the Czech Republic lost to Luxembourg. Only lost by 2 wickets. Can you believe that? That was a tight one. Also tonight, we had Thailand lose to Singapore in cricket. Indonesia took down Uzbekistan, and then we had Luxembourg beat Serbia, and Ireland took down India. What an upset. As Jonathan Evans heads down pit road with Jacob Brower. So they're going to short pit our race leaders here. Let's see if that helps them out. Now, if you're Jaden Hopp, you're sitting in second behind Marin, and Marin going to head down pit road. I think that's a good decision from Sebastian Marin. He did not want to let Hopp jump him on this pit cycle. So Sebastian Marin heads down pit road. Jared Skinner right behind him. Meanwhile, Jaden Hopp, your race leader, 25 laps left to go. What do you do if you're Jaden Hopp? You are less than a second behind Marin. Do you abandon that and just stay out here until the end and do a splash and go? We're going to find out as Hopp's going to stay out. You know, if I'm Jaden Hopp at this point, you already lost so much time on that last lap around. You're doing another one. I think Jaden Hopp stays out here. If you get a caution, maybe you can pin him down a lap. And if you don't get a caution, then at the end of the race, maybe just do a splash and go. See if this thing works out. Let's pull up your pit strategy board as Jaden Hopp. He's already got 29 laps on that tank of fuel, so he can't make it too much further. Maybe a handful more laps if he wants to. And he's not going to, folks. He heads down pit road. This time, Jaden Hopp into the pits. So that means JT Tinker going to cycle into the race lead once again on the pit strategy. Going through turns 3 and 4. And then you see Nick Happyack there. Those are those fresh tires, folks. That's the difference of speed. Happyack a lap down, blows by your race leader, makes a quick pass, gets him back on the lead lap. So the race off pit road, Sebastian Marin went with a 2-tire pit stop. That's an interesting call for Marin. I mean, Sebastian would know well more than I do about all this stuff, but I would have expected a 4-tire pit stop. But Sebastian going with 2 tires here. Jaden Hopp off of pit road, he takes 4 tires. No, he took 2 tires, sorry. So Jaden Hopp goes with 2 tires as well. Jonathan Evans, 2 tires also. So We also have Dylan Rosenberg in 5th. He's still got a pit, though. So out front, still JT Tinker. You got Tristan Lattiser, Aaron Poplin rounding out your top 3 for now. Hopping on board with the race leader of JT Tinker from Charlotte, North Carolina. 22 laps left to go here at Kansas. These drivers have figured it out. This thing started out rough. Well, folks, it has been clean and green for going on, I don't know, I'm going to call it 75 laps. Connor Gerard, paint scheme of the night here tonight. We got the 8 machine of Jared Skinner is a finalist. That's a good-looking paint scheme for Jared Skinner. You got the 14 machine going to be a finalist. That's Philip Chavez. Here's Philip. Then we got the 51 machine. Trying to find that one out here. Douglas Ivey, good-looking car. You know, Douglas Ivey, he's one of my front runners for sure. And then we also have the 85 machine of Shively, I believe. And ladies and gentlemen, Anna Alessandro just gifted Sunshine. That's 200 joules. Thank you so much. Anna Alessandro with the gift. Big shout out to Anna Alessandro. And there we go, Jesse Becker with the air horn. Tristan Lattiser finds himself second here. 2 seconds back of JT Tinker. 19 laps left to go. Aaron Poplin third. Sebastian Marin up to 4th. And folks, the battle for the win is going to come down to Jaden Hopp and Sebastian Marin. Right now, Hopp finds himself about 0.8 of a second behind Sebastian Marin. Looking at that last pit stop, folks, pretty identical times. The pit lap times were within 1/10 of a second. So really no ground lost or gained from either Marin or Hopp. Now, one thing to remember, though, Jaden Hopp did pit 2 laps later, but it's not going to make a huge difference because they just got 2 tires on these cars. So I don't think 2 laps is going to make a major difference. But we're going to find out here as Jaden Hopp tries to reel in our soon-to-be race leader of Sebastian Marin. Maverick Davis down pit road. It's been a horrible night for the Swartz Creek native of Maverick Davis. This 25 car has been junk as JT Tinker heads down pit road, as well as Daryl Young Jr. So Tristan Lattiser in that 17 machine going to take over the race lead all the way from Canada. And here comes Aaron Poplin in a battle for the race lead. Jesse, grab your camera. Aaron Poplin almost took over the race lead. Can he do it? And he's not going to as they head down pit road. So Aaron Poplin on to pit road. There he is. Slows it down. He's good to go. Sebastian Marin trying to hold off Jaden Hopp, but Jaden Hopp is the faster car right now. Is he going to find a way around the 98 after Sebastian Marin has dominated this race here so far? What a battle so far from these two. They've been basically 1-2 the whole night. And Jaden Hopp has figured something out, has a slightly fresher tires, but I don't think that's the difference here, folks. Jaden Hopp on the move in that Tier 1 setup shop, number 1 machine. Rusty Rafferty says Luxembourg sent 80 soldiers to fight an Austro-Prussian war, and 81 came home. That's well said, Rusty. They are the GOATs of cricket. I tell you what, nobody follows Luxembourg cricket more than Rusty Rafferty. He's just a diehard fan. As Tristan Lattiser heads down pit road, he's going to surrender the race lead officially to Sebastian Marin. Going to be 14 laps left to go. The battle for the race lead continues. Jaden Hopp trying to find a way around this Cup Series driver of Sebastian Marin as he's got to run down the backstretch. Race lead down to 1/4 of a second. Hopping on board with Hopp. Lap traffic is going to be something to watch here for sure, folks. If they slow down your race leader, Sebastian Marin, that's going to mean Jaden Hopp's going to have an opportunity to pounce with just 13 laps left to go. Meanwhile, dropping back 9th position, Logan Feshishin's good run continues. His last pit stop, he took 4 tires on lap 108. He's got Douglas Ivy in front of him in the 8th position. Ivy took 2 tires, so Feshishin has a tire advantage. Could potentially gain a few more spots for sure. One thing to note, folks, Feshishin is the first car on the track with 4 fresh tires. Everybody else took 4 in front of him. But right behind him is Chris Essery, also on 4 fresh tires. So 9th and 10th position, they're working with 4 fresh ones. Everybody else with 2. Unfortunately, though, Feshishin, he's 21 seconds behind the race leader, so he's really not battling for the lead. Just looking to gain a few more spots, but we still have Sebastian Marin out front as we hop on board the HMS TV left rear suspension cam from the Guaynabo, Puerto Rico native of Sebastian Marin. Appreciate everybody tuning in here. Just 11 laps left to go on the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. We are clean and green. Sebastian Marin getting up on some lap traffic with 10 laps left to go. Meanwhile, Jonathan Evans finds himself 3rd position, about 2 seconds back from your race leader. Then we got Jacob Brower in his series debut in 4th, and Jared Skinner with a great run in that 8 machine tonight out of Peoria, Illinois, sitting in the top 5. Great job for Jared Skinner. Good to see Jared running up front. He is racing on Tuesday nights, or is it Thursday? I don't even know what night it is, honestly. He runs in the area racing league in the Pro Series, which I believe is the B-Class car, the O'Reilly's Auto Parts car. Drives the HMS TV sponsored, I don't even know what his number is, honestly, folks. I'm not going to lie. But been having a pretty up and down season, so good to see Jared Skinner out here showing off his skills in the top 5.
I believe it's the 22.
Oh, that's a good insight there, Jesse, because I honestly had no clue.
Yeah, I'm starting to fall asleep up here in the race control tower. The laps are ticking down, and these guys are racing each other cleanly. I like to see it.
And we got a battle right here. Logan Feshishin looks like he's going to lose a spot to the Ford machine of Chris Essery for now. That is the 9th position they're battling for. A little bit further back, got another battle. Chad White side by side trying to take over the 11th position. That is Josh Gagnon on the outside. Chad White on the inside going to make the pass. 7 laps left to go. Sebastian Marin out front, 0.7 of a second. Jesse, you were wrong. Skinner is the 99. Thanks a lot.
Oh, I was very wrong.
Adams
I was
is the
thinking of
22.
Josh Adams. That's my fault.
Yeah, well, thanks, Bubba Myers, in the chat letting us know. Appreciate it, Bubba. We haven't really had time to keep up with that series because, unfortunately, we're live on that night, so really haven't had a chance to watch any of the races. But good to know the information. Sebastian Marin out front. He is pulling away now from Jaden Hopp. Lead up to 0.8 of a second. Checking out your HMS TV hard charger board. Chris Essery up to the 9th position. That is 27 positions gained since the start of this race. Josh Gagnon up to 11th, also up 27 positions. So we've got a few hard chargers through the field here tonight, and we're not done yet. 5 laps left to go, going to be 4 this time. Sebastian Marin wants this thing to stay clean and green because I think he's got this one about wrapped up unless something disastrous happens. Speaking of Sebastian Marin, you know, we mentioned earlier he's driving in the Coke Series this season. His first season in the Coke Series, well-deserved. Made it through the qualifiers and just kind of dominated, honestly. Well, folks, he's also in an HMS TV sponsored car. HMS TV, the primary sponsor on the car, and the number 66 for Tony Kanaan Esports. Check him out at Seabass. Check out his X, formerly known as Twitter. And while you're on there, check out our X, formerly known as Twitter, at Watch HMS TV. But 3 laps left to go here. Sebastian Marin's race lead up to a second on Jaden Hopp. Really no battles on the track. Closest one's right here for the 9th position. That's Logan Festchishin trying to make a move here, coming out of turn number 4 with just 3 laps left to go. Well, we got some smoke there on the apron. We're still clean and green. Not sure what happened there, but no caution out, thankfully, as Sebastian Marin ripping it around, looking to take the white flag this next time around as he goes down the backstretch. Into turns 3 and 4. Can we get to the white flag here at Kansas? White flag in the air. Sebastian Marin crosses the line. We're going to have a finish, folks. Way out front. And oh no, the one of Hopp has fallen to the 3rd position as Evans takes over 2nd. So it's Jonathan Evans in 2nd, Jaden Hopp all the way back to 3rd. You got Brower 4th, Skinner rounding out your top 5. But ladies and gentlemen, coming out of turns 3 and 4. Sebastian Marin, your race leader, into the tri-oval for the final time. Checkered flag waving in the air. Sebastian Marin wins the Ivy Designs 200 here at Kansas. Going to be Jonathan Evans taking over 2nd. Jaden Hopp takes home 3rd. Then we have Jacob Brower, Jared Skinner, Nicholas Happyack, Ben Pierce, Logan Festchishin with a top 10 run there in 8th. Douglas Ivy 9th, and 10th position goes to Josh Gagnon, I think. So that's unofficial, folks. We're going to take a short break, gather some drivers, do some interviews, folks, and we're going to watch Sebastian Marin burn it down here and park it in victory lane. We'll be right back. We are back here at Kansas, and folks, we've got some drivers ready for some interviews. Let's pull up your HMS TV results page. Take a look here, folks. There you have it. Sebastian Marin parking it in victory lane. Jonathan Evans 2nd, and we're going to start off the interviews with our 3rd place finisher from Tier 1 Racing. Had a little minor incident with a lap car there at the end. Lost a spot due to it, but we're going to get him in here and ask him about it. Jaden Blake up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, a great run from you here tonight. You were in 2nd essentially the whole night long, and I heard you had a little incident there with a lap car to cost you the 2nd spot there at the end.
Yeah, it definitely felt like we ran 2nd for most of the race. Seb is definitely a very tough one to go out there and beat, especially when you give him the clean air advantage. Felt like I only really had a chance when like lap cars and stuff came into a factor, but yeah, we had that little incident out of turn 2. It was a fun drift, I'll say that. But
I wish I could
We
find
kept
it.
it.
I'm trying to find it. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to. But yeah, so can you walk us through that incident? Unfortunately, since we can't really show it.
It's over here on 129. I was pushing pretty hard. I think at that point I was just trying to um, keep as much pace with Seb as much as I could at that point, even though I definitely wasn't gonna win. But um, probably should have gave him a little bit more room. Yeah, I pinched him pretty hard, and it felt like he got tight on the outside of me and came down a little bit, which didn't really help when I wasn't really giving him the room. But we survived. I'll take that. And that's really all I can ask for.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it was a great run for you. I mean, you do lose a spot there, but again, it could have been a lot worse. Thankfully, it's only one spot and you didn't junk it. But Jaden, I mean, great job out there. I mean, you really battled Sebastian. And here's the incident. We finally showed it. And yeah, you totally turned that thing sideways. What a great save there from you. Wow, that was impressive.
Yeah, it was definitely a sketchy one. I got some practice earlier in, like, I think it was the second caution where I started to turn right and the back end of the car almost snapped out on me. So having that foresight all the way back from earlier in the race helped a lot for when that moment happened. So I knew to just lift off the throttle, keep the steering straight. You know how it goes, and you know how these cars like to snap. But yeah, it was one hell of a drift. It was a fun. It was really sketchy, but it was great.
Well, hey, it has to feel good, though. I mean, you were battling Sebastian there. I mean, you basically pushed him for all he had. I mean, you were right there with him the whole time. So it has to feel good knowing you can compete with that kind of competition here, Jaden. But before you head out, got any shout-outs for all our fans watching at home?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out you guys at Hutchinson Motorsports for putting on the broadcast and the league and all that stuff, and everybody for watching and all the drivers for showing up, and my friends and family for shouting me on and cheering me on each and one of these races.
All right. Well, hey, Jaden, we appreciate you showing up here every week, and you're always running up towards the front, and I bet your point stand is going to look pretty good after this run here as we're in the final run for the championship here in the Chase.
Yeah, it should be. I'm looking forward to, I don't quite remember what the track is next. Watkins Glen. There it is. It should be a fun one. I'm looking forward to these last 4 races, so it should be fun.
Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to it as well. Well, congratulations here, tonight's third place finisher in the Ivy Designs 200, Jaden Hopp.
Thank you very much.
Jaden Hopp putting it on the podium here. Let's move on to our second place finisher on the night. That's Jonathan Evans. Jonathan Blake up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, it's going good. I mean, you were up front all night long. You were sitting about third most of the time. Well, at the end, you were able to take over the second spot, but had to feel pretty good to compete with guys this kind of level.
Oh, for sure. I mean, Sebastian just once again doing Sebastian things. He's unreal. I tried to undercut him the last stop there, and he's just so good on pit road. I just fell flat on my face. I mean, I pit a lap earlier than him, and he came out of pit road and gained a 10th. So I'm not sure how he did that, but some way. Yeah, just a P3 car, P2 finish. Once again, maximizing points, trying to put ourselves in a good spot in the overall chase or playoff format. So yeah, a lot of positives from today for sure.
Yeah, certainly so. You know, it was interesting to see. We weren't sure going into that final stint what our drivers were going to do, and it looked like taking 2 tires was certainly the right call there.
Yeah, for sure. Like the first run when the track was kind of clear, wasn't as rubbered in. It was a little loose, and you got a lot more rotation. But yeah, this is just one of these tracks that's super like dynamic in this new build with the rubber, and it's just the balance is constantly changing throughout the run, and it typically gets tighter, especially on that last run, because I mean we took 2 tires and I was still just as tight as I was in the beginning of the race. So it was a really interesting dynamic, and I mean if you're that tight, 2 tires is always the call. It was a no-brainer for me personally.
Yeah, well, hey, great job out there tonight, Jonathan. Another good run from you. Just about every week you do so. And looking pretty good here heading into, I believe we're going to the Glen next week. How you feeling about that?
Not very good. Road course racing is not really my specialty. I just try to be consistent on these ovals, and I don't know if Ben is going to get some ringer in here to replace me in the 33, but we'll see. We'll see about that. But once again, just thank you guys for having me. This league's been really fun to race in, and for the broadcast and everything that you guys do. Shout out to Powerhouse Racing for trusting me with the keys once again. And yeah.
Yeah, well, correction, we're actually off next week due to the 4th of July weekend, but the following week we're going to be heading to Glen. But hey, Jonathan, we definitely look forward to seeing you again. I mean, I know you probably feel like they're going to find a road ringer, and you may not even want to race Watkins Glen, but I'm sure we'll see you here in at least a couple weeks.
For sure.
All right, well, congratulations to tonight's second place finisher. Jonathan, the floor is yours if you got any final shout outs, even though you kind of already let some of them be heard.
Yeah, I got nothing.
All right, well,
Thank
hey,
you.
congratulations. Second place finisher here in the Ivy Designs 200, Jonathan Evans. Great run there from Jonathan Evans. But, folks, it's time to bring in the star of the show. Dominated this race out front. 105 laps led. Let's get him in here. Sebastian Blake up in the booth. Again, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Hey, great run from you, man. I mean, you dominated this thing out front, but looked like Jaden Hopp there was giving you a run for your money most of the time.
Yeah, with how draft kind of dependent these cars were, I kind of knew, that there on that last run he was going to get to me. And he did have a little fresher tires, so that also was going to naturally bring him towards me. But I knew as long as I didn't tear up my stuff, he would get to my dirty air, and then we would start evening out. So that's kind of what I just did. Just let him use his stuff up, get to me. And then once he got to me, that's when I started pushing. And eventually his tires went off a bit there, filled the gap, and then it was just praying that there was no yellow there at the end.
Thankfully so. And there at the end, I mean, obviously you made the right call taking 2 tires there. I mean, how confident were you on that decision going into the pits?
I'd say pretty confident. I think most of the guys that were contending for the lead there kind of understand how this car really likes 2 tires, especially with a setup that's this tight. It was more of waiting till the last stop to take 2 tires, because the left rear tire in particular in this race still wore down substantially. So it was just, you kept it in your back pocket until you really could use it, because if you took 2 tires, those last 2 stops, I mean, you were going to blow up crashing, because the left rear was going to be, near the limit. So it was just waiting until the right time, and then obviously all of us out front did it. So.
Absolutely. Well, hey, Sebastian, I mean, you did an incredible job out there tonight. Essentially dominated this race statistically and honestly just in general. But, hey, I mean, next week, we're off next week, and then the following race, Watkins Glen. You think we'll maybe see you around here in the next few weeks during the playoffs, or what?
I'll see. It kind of depends, because I don't think I had on my schedule to run tonight, but obviously I did the honor of filling in for Andrew on this car. So we'll see how things play out, right? If some people need another car to fill in, depending, what track, if I'm feeling it, if I have time, then I wouldn't mind showing up to racing. So I'd say it's not out of the question.
All right, well, we're definitely looking forward to that, Sebastian. But, hey, you park it in Victory Lane, and, I mean, you're 2 for 2 with the HMS TV Cup Series. But, let's talk about the Coke Series stuff. Where are you guys headed to your next race?
So next Coke Series race is at Iowa. It will be a fixed setup race, and it will feature heats. So it's going to be very interesting. Obviously, being fixed, kind of puts everyone in the even playing field, but that's going to make passing very, very tough. So we'll see how that race plays out.
All right, well, hey, we're definitely looking forward to see you out there in that Kanan Esports 66 machine, Sebastian. But, hey, congratulations, parking it in Victory Lane. 2 for 2 on the series this year. And before you head out, Sebastian, got any final shout-outs for our viewers watching at home?
Yeah, big shout out to Andrew for letting me run this beautiful 98 car for him. Shout out for you for sponsoring the car on the Cup Series. Appreciate that. And obviously putting on this broadcast for this race, and shout out to this league putting on these great races. It's fun coming around racing with some of the people here that I know. So yeah.
All right, well, hey, congratulations. Tonight's Ivy Designs 200 winner at Kansas, Sebastian Marin. Looking forward to seeing you the rest of the season, Sebastian.
Have a good night.
Getting it done here, 2 for 2 on the year, and joining me in the booth, Jesse Becker finally wakes back up. Jesse, how you feeling?
Good. After that nap there, the second half of the race, I figured I just got the points whipped up. If you want, I can go ahead and update anybody that might still be tuned in what we'll be looking like next week.
Let's do it.
So we got a new points leader for the chase, the O2 Powerhouse Racing machine, off the back of that run from Jacob Brower, actually going to take the lead over on the chase points. Your new second place, going all the way from 9th to 2nd off of Sebastian Marin's run there. The 98 is now your second car. Car number 3, Nick Hapiak with a decent run. He's going to drop down a spot, though, still, after how good Sebastian did. Car number 4 looks like it's going to be the 25. Unfortunately, going from 1st to 4th there. And then it gets a little hairy from there, but I do think... I'm looking at this all manually and trying to keep track in my head, but I believe your 5th car is going to be the one Tier 1 racing machine off of Jaden Hopp's 2nd place or 3rd place finish tonight.
All right. Well, that's good to know. You know, we got our top 5 out there. So it looks like the 02, 98, 06, 25, and 1. And I'm scrolling through the chat. Let's find out what Connor Gerard decided with the paint scheme of the night here. Connor says check the Discord. So, folks, be sure to join the HMS TV Discord. It's HMS TV. It's discord.gg/HMS TV. And I'm checking out the Discord here. Connor Gerard announcing paint scheme of the night goes to the 8 machine of Jared Skinner.
Let's
go. Jared Skinner with the Bubba Myers Custom Designs paint scheme. Taking home your paint scheme of the night. And Jesse, you know what? We got a minute. Let's get him in here.
Let's do it.
All right, let's move him on in here. Jared Skinner got him right here, folks, joining us in the booth right about now. Jared, Blake, and Jesse up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. But, hey, you had a great run out there. You brought home a top 5 finish. But the main reason we're bringing you in, you just won the Connor Gerard paint scheme of the night. How's it feel?
That's awesome. That's great, man. I was reading the comments, and I said something to my teammate, Nick Hapiak. I was like, I think I just won paint scheme of the night running Bubba's paint scheme.
Yeah, well, it looked good out there, and you had a lot of speed out there, Jared. You think you could have done anything different to maybe get a spot better, too, or you kind of did the best you could there?
I could have changed some things, but would I advance a lot more? Probably not. Those guys were just really good. Sebastian and Jaden and them, they were fast, and I was just doing the best I could.
Yeah. Well, hey, you did a great job out there, Jared. We just wanted to pull you in here and make sure that you definitely heard that news.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. Shout out to Bubba Myers Custom Designs.
Absolutely.
I got to say, you're the second person to win paint scheme of the night with that paint.
That's awesome, man.
Me. So cheers to that paint. It's beautiful.
That paint's on a heater.
yeah, we're going to be running it.
All right. Well, hey, congratulations. Top 5 finish. And more importantly, Connor Gerard paint scheme of the night goes to Jared Skinner here at Kansas.
Thanks, guys.
There's Jared Skinner. Good run for him, and an even more important win. He gets to bring home the most coveted prize in motorsports, Jesse, the Connor Gerard paint scheme of the night. Let's go. Well, boy, what a fun race here at Kansas. Started out, a little iffy. We had a lot of wrecks. Well, they figured it out. Our last, I don't know, Jesse, what do you think, 75 or so laps were just clean and green.
Yeah, it really cleaned up. There was a couple times where maybe NASCAR would throw a yellow. I think there was an incident with potentially Chad White and Daryl Young, and during one of the pit cycles that Daryl accidentally got into him and ended up scraping the wall. But that's the only, honest to God, the last 80 laps or so, that's the only time anybody on track got an X for incident, was that with Daryl Young, who had absolutely wild night for him. So it's not really a surprise that he was the one person to get an incident in the last 80 laps, but awesome that it cleaned up there. I was a little worried, but they figured it out there at the end.
You know, and Jesse, don't let him know we said this, but I'm honestly impressed. Logan Festitian, he was a top 10 car all night long, brings home eighth.
Where did that come from?
I have no clue. I expected him to run 30th here tonight, Jesse.
Yeah, he showed up and showed out. I don't know. You were in the middle of getting ready for interviews whenever he said it, but he was asking when you wanted to have him sign the dotted line for a contract. So you might have to catch up with him about that.
I don't know. He'll definitely be a reserve driver if he keeps that up. I'm honestly impressed. Great run for Logan Festitian. I mean, all jokes aside, he's got Michael Festitian in the chat, been rooting for him all night long. Might have been his lucky charm, but putting it in the top 10. But our final results here, Jesse, again, Marin brings home the win. You got Evans, Hop, then Brower, Skinner, Happyack, Pierce, Festitian, Ivy, our race sponsor, and then Josh Gagnon rounding out your top 10. But Jesse, got any final words or thoughts for our viewers here at home?
I just want to say thank you for tuning in to yet another beautiful stream here. I imagine we've got our next action is going to be Sunday for Icon. And enjoy next Friday night off, because we're going to be off for the HMS TV Cup Series with the holiday. So we'll see you the week after next for some more HMS Cup action.
And enjoy the 4th of July holiday as we celebrate as well. USA. But ladies and gentlemen, here at Kansas, the Ivy Designs 200 is in the books and in the booth with Jesse Becker. I am Blake Hutchinson, and we will see you back here Sunday night with the Icon Cup Series.
Let's go.